Good evening, Oswego, and welcome to WTOP10 Tuesday Night News, your connection to Oswego and beyond. I'm Christopher Collins McNeil.
And I'm Cassandra Genoa. Today is October 1st, and this is your news, sports, and weather, all before the first commercial break. Let's take a look at your top stories. 10 News starts now.
Two Oswego youths are being recognized with the prestigious New York State Senate Liberty Bell Award after their heroic acts last week. Julia Lavery, 15, was watching a storm come in on Lake Ontario and spotted an overturned boat. Her father Michael and her sister Michelle ventured out on a watercraft to help. They discovered her grandfather, a 13-year-old grandson, and 7-year-old granddaughter. Julia and Michelle, with the help of their father, rescued the victims of their boat. Both Julie and Michelle Lavery will be awarded with the New York State Senate Liberty Bell tomorrow at 2 p.m. at the Oswego High School.
Brockport alumni wore purple today in honor of a fellow student to raise domestic violence awareness. The body of freshman student Alexander Kogert was found Saturday after her boyfriend beat her to death in her dorm. The college came together today to remember and help the family in mourning the young individual. Along with wearing purple, a Facebook page is being created where friends, family, and fellow students have been writing messages of condolences. And now we'll check out our current conditions with meteorologist Mike Stallman. Mike?
All right, thanks guys. Good evening, Oswego. Meteorologist Mike Stallman with your weather. And we're going to take a look at some of the current conditions. Right now, we have temperatures about in the mid-50s. The dew point is getting high and it's a little bit humid, but we have fair skies and the winds are calm, so it's going to be a very nice night for the most part. We're going to take a quick look at our 3-day forecast. And as you can see, for tomorrow we have temperatures approaching 70 degrees. It should be nice for the morning, but then showers are going to move in for the afternoon. And we can see a moderating trend into Wednesday of 75 with some rain showers, and Thursday should be the nicer day of the week. And I'll take a closer look at the weather coming up in just a little bit. Back to you guys.
A graduate of Syracuse University, Stephen Barton, advocates for stricter gun control laws. Barton was among the 60 wounded in the Colorado screening of The Dark Knight Rises Again in July. Barton has a commercial that is to be viewed in the 30-second spot preceding the first presidential debate this Wednesday. The Demand a Plan campaign calls upon both President Obama and Governor Romney to step forward with a substantial plan to end gun violence. Barton continues in his quest for stricter gun control laws. He was a panelist on Soledad O'Brien's The Starting Point earlier today.
Police are searching for 16-year-old New Jersey girl Kara Longi. She went missing from her Clark residence Sunday night after posting on Twitter saying, "There's someone in my house. Please call 911." The comment spawned a flurry of activity on the social networking site, with thousands using the hashtag #HelpFindKara. Authorities say someone called a taxi company to Alongi's address around the time her Twitter message was posted. The driver later identified Alongi as the girl he picked up and said he drove to a train station. The Oswego women's rugby team has a great start to their season. Here to talk more about it is Nicole Lacey.
The Oswego women's rugby team has improved tremendously over the past few years. Last year was the first time they made it to playoffs, and it looks like they will be making it again this year. The Lady Wizards have won their first 2 games of the season, beating Clarkson and Union. This past Saturday, they fell short to Plattsburgh to give them their first loss. To go with their success, they have just recently been sponsored and will be receiving new equipment as well as uniforms. The Lady Wizards have this weekend off, but will return to the field Saturday, October 13th in Potsdam.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they're doing really well this year.
Great.
So
I know, and you're on the team, right?
yes, I am. The boys are getting jealous because we're starting to do better than them, but so.
Whatever.
Yeah.
All right, now we're going to look at some college news.
Oswego Sport Ontario's known. A Civil War reenactment occupied the fort once again. Ben Siraduti has the story.
And Fort Ontario just so happened to pay host to a reenactment of the Civil War, a trend becoming more popular with history buffs and spectators alike. Reenactors dress as either specific characters or simply play the part, most dressed as Union soldiers and civilians attending to the wounded and managing their weaponry. As reenactor John Elko explained to us, some of the artillery was tricky to fire but still packed quite a wallop.
This cannon can fire approximately a mile. If you had a car a mile from here, the guys that worked on it as a crew continuously during the Civil War, they could pick that car off someplace between 3 and 5 shots. This is, in my opinion, what helped really win the war in the North's favor, because most of what I read about Confederates, they were better soldiers.
The Civil War's rich history is enticing not just for the outcome of the war, but for some, it's how the soldiers fared in combat.
Reenactor and Fort staff Stephen Woods ran a bayonet demonstration, showing some of the tactics in which Civil War soldiers handled close combat.
Statistics on wounds state that 1% of casualties were caused by bayonets and such. However, when you look at several 100,000 people being injured, that's a lot of people. In many cases, it's a weapon of intimidation. You simply force them off. Because in a gunfight, you might get injured. In a bayonet fight, you will get injured.
Many of those who participated came from all over New York to join in on the historical fun, even some from Pennsylvania. From Fort Ontario, for WTOP10 News, I'm Ben Sperduti.
This Wednesday, the campus is offering a great opportunity for students. For anyone looking to live off campus next year, local landlords will be in Campus Center to discuss how to go about finding off-campus housing. The housing fair is from 10 until 2:30 in the corridor of the Campus Center. For more information, you can call 315-312-2301.
Flu season is upon us again, and walk-in flu clinics for adults are being offered in Oswego County. The Nick Sturio Public Health Clinic will be open from 9 to 11 a.m. and 1 to 3 p.m. beginning Wednesday. The cost of the flu shot is $37 and is covered by Medicaid and Medicare. No one will be denied service because of inability to pay. Getting a flu shot is the best strategy for preventing the flu, and it can reduce one's chance of getting the flu by 70 to 90%.
And now we'll see what's going on in sports with Mark Kaplan. Mark, what's going on?
Thank you, Chris. Late last week, the Oswego men's soccer team played host to the rival Plattsburgh Cardinals. The Lakers had not lost a meeting of the two squads in 4 years coming into the game. Unfortunately, the streak would come to an end as the Lakers fell by the final score of 2-0. Scoring in the game for Plattsburgh was Matt Hamilton in the 18th minute and Jared Antonucci in the 56th minute. For the Lakers, sophomore Ryan Purdy had multiple shots on goal and would later be named Oswego Male Athlete of the Week. The Lakers return to action next on October 5th when they play host to Fredonia in the first of 2 games in 2 days. And coming up later, I'll have your sports report, including ladies Oswego soccer, the coverage of the Philadelphia Eagles versus New York Giants, and coverage of the Buffalo Bills and New England Patriots. Chris, Cassandra?
Coming up after the break, as we're getting deeper into another election year, branch of government is getting ready to begin.
And we'll have a story on the controversial call made by Governor Cuomo.
It looks like we have some rain showers moving in from the south. How is that going to affect our Tuesday? I'll have a forecast coming up right after the break.
Hi, we're Real Big Fish.
And you're watching WTOP10.
Like the number.
Hair loss. Now this rash on my face, what's going on?
For answers, ask your doctor the right question.
Could I have lupus?
The Oswego MBA program, helping you achieve your goals with a customized curriculum developed with flexibility in mind. Take classes year-round, full or part-time in Oswego, online or at the Metro Center in downtown Syracuse. More information is available online or by calling 315-312-2911.
Good evening once again, Oswego. Meteorologist Mike Stallman taking a look at your weather for tonight. Currently we have temperature of 56 degrees. Again, the dew point is a little bit higher, so we are seeing some clouds moving in and some rain may move in overnight as well. Taking a look at some of our current conditions, we have a temperature of 65 degrees and 54 was our high for today, which is right about average, and nothing close to what we would get for record-breaking temperatures. Taking a look around our region, we have a 69 down in New York City. A 53 is our cold spot over in Rochester, but generally temperatures are in the upper 50s to low 60s. Here are some of the weather headlines for today. A mild, unsettled week is going to be in store. Showers will return tomorrow, and we'll have big changes ahead for the weekend. So here's a look at our infrared or in-telecast surface map. Right now we have high pressure that is over New York. That gave us a really nice weather for today. And we have our low pressure system that's moving up from the south, and that's going to be giving us some unsettled conditions for tomorrow and the next couple of days. And the enhanced water vapor, this just shows basically how cold the cloud tops are, so we can see where the heaviest rain is going to be taking place. And you can see it's coming right up towards New York State, so we can see that for tomorrow. Here's a look at our regional radar. We have some rain showers over Indiana and Ohio. Nothing that's getting too close to New York yet, but that will change come tomorrow. So what can we expect for our weather for tomorrow? 8 a.m., it looks like there will be some showers to our south. Nothing that's going to be reaching us just yet. Tomorrow, about 2 p.m., some scattered showers in the area. And then 8 p.m., it could be a little bit of rain around, so we'll have to keep that in mind if you have any outdoor plans. So for tonight, we have temperatures expecting around 51 degrees, partly cloudy early, and then clouds will be thickening throughout the night. For tomorrow, temperatures should be approaching 70 degrees, scattered afternoon showers, cloudy and mild. And tomorrow it's going to stay mild around 60 with those southerly winds that's going to keep the clouds and the moisture, so we should expect some scattered showers. And here's a look at our 5-day forecast. We have a moderating trend ahead, 75 for Wednesday. Thursday is going to be the nicest day of the week. And then Friday we're going to have some big changes with a powerful cold front that's going to be moving through. And Saturday is going to be a lot cooler, and Sunday we could even see some lake effect rain showers. How about that?
I know I'm going home this weekend, so I hope it's nice in Westchester.
I hope so too, but we're not talking about any white stuff yet. That's a few weeks off.
I'm really tired of this rain, though. I don't know about you guys. But
when it gets like this, I almost want snow, but either give me some warm, give me some snow. That's what I'm saying.
All right, thanks, Mike.
Oh, you're
now
welcome.
we're going to take a look at our state politics.
The United States Supreme Court has reconvened for their new term just today. With issues ranging from affirmative action, gay marriage, and voting rights, the U.S. Supreme Court has many things to address. The court left us engaged and enthralled after President Obama's health care overhaul was upheld in June. Some of the country's most controversial issues will be addressed within the first month of the nation's next president.
A few months after Governor Cuomo was set to approve hydraulic fracturing in several struggling New York counties, his administration is starting the regulatory process over. 10 days ago, the governor vowed to conduct another study, this time an examination of potential impacts on public health. Neither the governor nor other state officials have given any indication of how long the study might take. State environmental officials are now requiring a public hearing and also certainly pushing a decision into the next year.
Some important news for grocery shoppers. A major recall of peanut butter products as well as other nut products has some of the country's largest grocery stores pulling their products off the shelves. Sunland Incorporated has to pull multiple nut-containing products off the market due to salmonella being traced back to their Trader Joe's creamy salted Valencia peanut butter. The Federal Centers for Disease Control and Prevention said there are now 30 salmonella illnesses in 19 states that can be traced back to the Trader Joe's peanut butter. Those fallen ill reported being ill between June 11th and September 11th.
Both candidates are busy prepping for Wednesday's first 3 presidential debates.
With the election barely a month away, that leaves little time to sway voters. But as CNN's Anthea Jones reports, it takes no time to lose support, especially with one debate just one step away.
Both the Obama and Romney campaigns are doing their best to lower expectations ahead of Wednesday's debate.
We've expected all along that Governor Romney will have a good night. He's prepared more than any candidate in history.
President Obama is he's a very gifted speaker. The man's been on the national stage for many years. He's an experienced debater. He's done these kinds of debates before. This is Mitt's first time on this kind of a stage.
Ryan's words echoed a memo from Romney advisor Beth Myers, who said the president was widely regarded as one of the most talented political communicators in modern history. Myers even pointed to a CNN ORC poll showing a 25-point advantage for Obama on who voters think will win the debates. The Obama camp likes to remind voters the president hasn't had as much time to prepare for the debates because he's busy being commander-in-chief. When it comes to just how much debates matter, it depends.
Most often debates don't make that big a difference. Very few candidates ever win an election with a debate, but quite a few have lost an election with a debate. So it can matter.
These matchups can produce some memorable lines, like in 1980 between then-Governor Ronald Reagan and President Jimmy Carter.
There you go again.
And Lloyd Benson's swipe at fellow Senator Dan Quayle in 1988.
I served with Jack Kennedy. I knew Jack Kennedy. Jack Kennedy was a friend of mine. Senator, you're no Jack Kennedy.
And then there are the moments that seemed to say more, like President George H.W. Bush looking at his watch in a 1992 debate with Bill Clinton.
I can't.
Texas Governor Rick Perry's oops remark.
Oops. Rick, I'll tell you what.
Romney's high-dollar wager.
$10,000 bet?
And Obama's comment to then-rival Hillary Clinton in 2008.
You're likable enough,
Thank
Hillary,
you so
no
much.
doubt.
One thing analysts agree on, the debates may be Romney's big chance.
He's got two very tough competing goals, be likable and lay out a contrast. It's hard to be likable when you're the attack dog.
We've gotten to know Barack Obama pretty well. We've seen him as president 4 years. There's not a lot of room left on his canvas to paint. Mitt Romney, he still's got a little white space on his canvas. He can still show us who he is and where he'd lead us.
The president spends the first part of the week in the battleground state of Nevada, where he'll be doing debate prep with Massachusetts Senator John Kerry, who's playing Mitt Romney. Governor Romney will be in Colorado, another swing state, where he'll be practicing with Ohio Senator Rob Portman, who is playing President Obama. Athena Jones, CNN, Washington.
A suicide attacker kills 3 NATO forces and 4 Afghan police. It occurred in eastern Afghanistan earlier today. A total of 14 people were killed and another 57 wounded. The bomber sought out a patrol of ISAF forces and Afghan police. He used an explosive-packed motorcycle, which condemned the attack. Taliban spokesperson Sabidullah Mahjood claims responsibilities for the attack.
Syrian forces went door-to-door today in Hama telling people to evacuate before demolition begins. Tanks and bulldozers have been tearing down houses in the city, the site of intense fighting during uprising against the Syrian government. The state-run Syrian Arab news agency reported a massive presence of terrorist armed gangs that threatened the people of Hama, which led to the clearing. And when we come back, we'll hear about an Oswego student helping out in town. But first, here's your late night menu.
Hi, we're real big fish.
And you're watching WTOP10.
Like the number.
Hair loss. Now this rash on my face, what's going on?
For answers, ask your doctor the right question.
Could I have lupus?
TOP.
The Oswego MBA program, helping you achieve your goals with a customized curriculum developed with flexibility in mind. Take classes year-round, full or part-time in Oswego, online, or at the Metro Center in downtown Syracuse. More information is available online or by calling 315-312-2911.
Now here's Maggie Fowler to tell us about a helpful Oswego student.
Peter Gerlach, 19-year-old sophomore student here at SUNY Oswego, has an incredible love for football. This past summer, he obtained an assistant coaching position with the Oswego Buccaneers. The journey starts with Peter's desire to get back into the game. Over this past summer, the aspiring coach decided to email Mike Connors, coach of the Oswego Buccaneers, to see if he could help.
I started when I was 7 in flag football because I was too small to take a hit. And then I played through the Vestal High School system throughout my whole life. So I coached a youth team, and last year, my freshman year at Oswego, was the first time I wasn't around football pretty much my whole life. I just figured it'd be a fun shot in the dark, and if it worked out, great. If not, I didn't really expect it to work out anyway. So I was really surprised and happy when he did respond very quickly. I'm walking a fine line between being their friend and being their coach, but I know they respect me. I know they see me as an authority figure. I'm only a couple years older than them, so I get what they care about and what they don't care about, and I feel like I can relate to them.
Peter is excited about his new opportunity, but how does Coach Connors feel about his new assistant?
Coach Connors, how did you feel when you received the first email from Pete inquiring about the team this summer?
Well, I contacted him because in taking the job late, I was scrambling to get staff, and he seemed like a high-energy guy, and he came in. He was very excitable, and it's been a huge asset to our program. He's just a wonderful young man, and the kids seem to really gravitate to him, so it's been a real bonus for us.
Have you noticed a difference in the overall performance or morale of the team?
Well, yeah, I'm wearing several hats. One is the athletic director, along with being the football coach, so having extra sets of hands around is invaluable to us, and he's just been great, and he works with our quarterbacks, and the person we thought was going to be our quarterback coach didn't show up, so he's been working with some areas that I'm a little weaker at, so it's been a huge help.
Peter and Coach Connors have the highest hopes for the rest of the team season. This past Saturday, the Buccaneers celebrated their first win in 3 years. It is undeniable that this aspiring coach has a bright future ahead of him. Yeah, it was awesome. This past Saturday, they had their homecoming game, and they won their first game in 3 years. It was 44-6. And the coach and Peter were just so proud. And
excellent. A really, really victorious win.
I heard they even charged the field after the win.
They charged. It was such a big celebration. Everybody was just so proud.
That's insane. Good. My friends went, and they were like, the game was a ton of fun because we went to one that actually won.
Right? Everybody was just, it's the first time for them. They're just so happy, and I can't believe it.
All right. Thank you, Maggie.
Thank you.
A country star is singing the blues and apologizing to fans and his wife.
Plus, Adele makes her 007 debut, and Seth MacFarlane prepares for one of Hollywood's biggest nights. Christina Mulcher has all of today's entertainment stories in this Hollywood Minute.
Jason Aldean is apologizing to his fans. Photos surfaced over the weekend that show the married country star in a compromising situation with a former American Idol star. Aldean took to his online accounts to give his side of the story, saying in part, "The truth is that I screwed up. I had too much to drink, let the party get out of hand, and acted inappropriately at a bar. I left alone, caught the bus to our next show, and that's the end of the story. I ultimately ended up embarrassing my family and myself." Aldean is asking for time to work through the situation with his family. He did get some good news Monday. His single, Take a Little Ride, hit #1 on the Billboard radio chart. Adele has been given a license to thrill. The singer is lending her voice to the theme song of the latest James Bond installment, Skyfall. The song shares the same name as the 007 film and will debut on the singer's website on Friday. Skyfall hits theaters next month. Seth MacFarlane will host the 85th Academy Awards. This will be his first time as host of the prestigious ceremony, an opportunity he calls an overwhelming privilege. MacFarlane may not be a household name, but he's well known in the entertainment industry. He's the creative force behind Family Guy and co-wrote and produced the film Ted. The Academy Awards air in February.
And now a full look at sports with Mark Kaplan. Mark?
Thank you, Chris. Last night in a Sunday Night Football NFC East showdown, the Philadelphia Last night in the Sunday Night Football NFC East showdown, the Philadelphia Eagles hosted defending Super Bowl champion New York Giants. Both teams came in with a 2-1 record and a chance at sole possession of first place on the line. Ultimately, it would be Mike Vick and the Eagles taking this one by the final score of 19-17. With 10 seconds left in the game, Giants kicker Lawrence Tynes had the chance to secure a win for the Giants with a 54-yard field goal. His attempt would eventually come up well short, sending the Giants to their second NFC East loss in as many tries. The Giants look to get back on track next week when they play host to the 0-4 Cleveland Browns. As for the Eagles, they head to Pittsburgh for one of the NFL's biggest in-state rivalries when they face the Steelers. Moving to collegiate athletics, the Oswego improved to 5-4 following a 2-1 win against the Plattsburgh Cardinals. Junior forward Nikki Liatka added her third goal in the past 2 days when she netted the eventual game winner at the 36-minute mark. The Lakers' first goal was scored by sophomore Bree Dolan in the 18th minute, and Plattsburgh's lone goal was scored off a free kick by Emily Lalone. The Lady Lakers go for their third straight win on Friday when they travel to Fredonia to take on the 6-2 Lady Blue Devils. That's it for sports. Now back over to the news desk.
And when we come back, we'll take a look at the lighter side of news and a final look at your forecast.
Hi, we're Real Big Fish.
And you're watching WTOP10.
Like the number.
Get your Smokey on. If you see someone in danger of starting a wildfire, step in and make a difference. Because 9 out of 10 wildfires can be prevented.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
The Oswego MBA program, helping you achieve your goals with a customized curriculum developed with flexibility in mind. Take classes year-round, full or part-time in Oswego, online or at the Metro Center in downtown Syracuse. More information is available online or by calling 315-312-2911.
Here's a dive into the lighter side of news. An exciting archaeological find has been discovered. Scientists in Italy have discovered what appears to be early signs of therapeutic dentistry. Reports show beeswax filling on the left canine of a 65,000-year-old human jawbone from Slovenia. It is now home to the Natural History Museum of Italy. The jawbone was discovered in a cave wall in the village Lange. Scientists have also discovered the beeswax to have been applied post-mortem. Bernardini and Tunis, the study's main coordinates. Thank God.
All right, well, that's an interesting story.
Very interesting. Pre-dental work before we even heard about it. That's so interesting.
All right, yeah, so about that Seth MacFarlane thing, you guys excited for him to be hosting?
I love Seth MacFarlane. Ted, hilarious. Hilarious movie.
Exactly. We all watched Ted. We saw Family Guy, you know, American Dad. Everybody watches his shows and his movies. I mean, he's a funny guy, and he's going to be funny with the Oscars.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Very good.
Anything to add?
Okay. All right. Well, the Seth MacFarlane. And that'll do it for us here at WTOP 10.